Good afternoon. I am here to talk a little bit about my class and some things that we're doing different this year. Because when my class came in, I realized that, oh, this class isn't like last year's class. They have a little bit of a deficit in oral language, and I'm going to have to readjust and do things a little bit differently. So this year I have included more oral language, more storytelling, more show and tell, more vocabulary, and more phonemic awareness. I'm going to show you some lessons on phonemic awareness, but briefly, I want to break down the phonological continuum for you so you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say phonemic awareness. In oral language, we communicate meaning through the sounds that we make. We know by the time we come to school that we speak in sentences. We convey meaning with sentences, which can be broken down into words. Words can be broken down into syllables or one-syllable words. And then the very smallest part of our sound system is a phoneme or a single sound. Phonemic awareness, or the awareness of the very smallest sounds of our language. So to do that, we are print-free. We are print-free until we get to phonics. So I have these phonemic awareness mats where we will segment the sounds of words and then we will blend them together. I've just photocopied these and then laminated them. I have dozens of them. Alright, so as with any skill, we want to teach it embedded in a rich literacy program. So I would take a lot of picture books, as I have this year, if I needed to develop oral language and work with phonemic awareness. This is the book Red. In Read Aloud, I would read this book with the help of some of my students, and we would speak and use our speaking skills and our vocabulary skills to tell this story. Then I would have some of the students come up, and using the language that we had just produced in that book, we are going to segment some of those words. So I would pick maybe snow. I'm using clings today since we're upright here. So to segment snow, I pick out the sounds and I would model this first. S, n, o, s, n, o. Snow has 3 sounds. Now let's blend it. Putting my finger here, snow. Very good. How about red? So I'm going to pick out, listen for, and segment the sounds in red. R, e, d. R, e, d. 3 sounds in red, and blending it back together, red. Good job. All right, I would have students coming up now and doing this with me or for the class. You may not have enough picture books in the literature that you have chosen for the period of time you're teaching, but you can also use all of the great stories that you want the children to enjoy. In this story, Extraordinary Egg, I have just used sticky notes to cover up the writing, and we retell a little bit of this story that I have read. And of course we're going to talk about frogs and egg. So frog and egg could be 2 of the words that you select to segment on your phonemic awareness mat. So frog, ah, g, ah, g. 4 sounds in frog, and blending them back together, frog. Good job. All right, egg was also in that book. E-g, egg. I think you get the idea there. Another great resource is if you have had a basal system, then you have probably accumulated a lot of retail cards. Retail cards are great pictures for phonemic awareness because they don't have the story. This was from Max and Ruby, and I hope If you're no longer using a basal, you did not get rid of the pictures. So Max and Ruby and the Max's Big Fish, there are a lot of great things. Ship, shell, Max, net, ball. Let's take Max. Max. Let's segment his name. A, K, A, K, S. Max has 4 sounds. You know in your brain that there's a in there, but it actually has 2 phonemes. A, K, S. Max. Good job. All right. The next one might be ship. He catches a ship in his net. So, sh, I, p. You know in your head that SH are there, but SH is a digraph, so a consonant digraph. Sh, I, p. Sh, I, p. Ship. You know that is 3 sounds. Let's segment it this way. Sh, I, p. Ship. Good. So those are some phonemic awareness activities. I also have saved some cards from a phonics game. This is a ring and drum. If you'll notice, they have little spaces here where there were letter tiles that you would use to spell the word. I've lost some of those, but for a phonemic awareness activity, I don't need those anyway. So I'll take my pictures. I'm going to do it like this so it'll be closer. All right. Ring is hope that stays up there. Not working too well. Ring. Ring is tricky. At the end, you're going to have the NG digraph, so the digraph. So ring is 3 sounds. All right, so that's basically how you would do that when you have a consonant digraph. Let's try drum. D, do this one. Drum. D, drum. Good. 4 sounds in drum. These phonemic awareness mats are easy to make on your own. Photocopy them and laminate them. Save things that you know you can use without print, so you will have a picture storehouse. And again, phonemic awareness, as with all literacy skills, needs to be taught embedded in great literature. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you got some great ideas for teaching phonemic awareness. Remember, when you bring something into your classroom, know why you're using it, know the theoretical background of what you're doing. In my practice, I use a lot of emergent literacy theory, which says that speaking and reading and writing and listening are all interrelated. So I'm not going to do phonemic awareness activities only. I will also at another time in the day read. We will write. We will do phonics with print. It's just that for this particular time in this particular activity, I will be printless. In fact, ideally, you would cut that off and you would just have this mat, because they don't need to know it's a phonemic awareness mat. That's just for you. So I encourage you, understand the phonics continuum, know the theory that you are basing your practice on, and look for things that are best practices. Have a great day.